They look like they're pretty green. Yeah.
All right, guys. Good morning. It's 2025. General season for blacktail is here. We made it. It's opening day, and let's get to it. I got my son with me today this morning, and we just got out to the deer woods, and look how beautiful it is. Heck yeah. Let's go find a buck. All right, guys, I want to give you a little update. It's a couple minutes after 9 o'clock. We saw, I believe, a pretty nice little buck this morning. He was across canyon, and when I spotted him, I picked him up in the binoculars because I was just gridding, and he was already kind of beelining. And I kind of spotted him just before he hit the crest of the ridge and went over. Where I last saw him, I hit him with the rangefinder, or location where he is at with the rangefinder is 363, 365. So my son and I, we've been kind of trying to hunt this little area and stalk it for a little bit, but not to bump him. Because I think I have a pretty good idea. It's just down in the draw somewhere, kind of just chilling out. And so we've been trying to look across canyon into the area. We walked the bottom of the draw, just real stealthily looking up, trying to just maybe catch a glimpse of them, but so far nothing. But it's a nice overcast day, can't complain. Out in the hunting woods, out in the deer woods, so I love it. A couple other hunters I've ran into, they've only seen like a doe and 2 yearlings, just signs kind of minimal around here. It's not tore up, so it might be far few between some of the deer up here right now, but we'll keep searching. We just started.
It looks like that top deer. This one right here is a little spike. Little dinky spike. Barely see his little 3-inch antlers. On the left, it's not a spike, is it? I think it is. Another doe and a spike. Spike's on the left. Yeah, getting closer. We'll find a legal buck. Let's keep on going.
All right, so that just happened. Gavin and I were out cruising around a little bit, and a big rainstorm cloud came over us, big cell, and just dumped on us. So we hunkered underneath a fir tree, big fir tree with a bunch of branches and limbs, and protected us from getting completely soaked. But we made it back to the truck, and we're just gonna do a little road hunting now while it's raining. And it's what is it? It's almost 4:20, so it's 4:18 right now. So we are just kind of cruising around some of these dirt roads. So we haven't seen much, just the deer. I think a nice little boxy frame buck this morning, and he hightailed it out of there. We only saw him for a couple seconds, and then what is it? Just the 2 spikes that I got and the 2 does. So it's been kind of a slow going day. Well, hopefully this rain might change our luck. There we go. Back to the rain. All right, guys, another day out in the deer woods today. Not with my son, Gavin. And as you can see, we've seen 2 does and 3 yearlings, so a total of 5 deer. No buckies yet, but we're gonna keep on trying. It's gray, overcast kind of day. Good for hunting. It's cool at least, and see what we can find. Doing a combination of a little bit of road hunting, a little bit of walking where we can see some good deer sign, and hopefully we can get lucky, guys. All right, here we go. Just double checking. 4 does and a spike running together. I didn't get real good footage of the deer. Time I saw them and identified them, they were trying to boogie on out of here. They're in this deep ravine here. Some water in this drainage ditch here behind me. They've been living here for a little bit because there's some fresh poop, several beds. So with the rain right now, they're definitely moving. I don't know if it's to stay warm or just feed. Probably a little both. But close. About a 5-inch spike. I could tell he was a spike right when I saw him. But I didn't know if there was any other deer around with him. There was 4 does. Cool. Here's the creek. All right, I'm hiking my way back out of here. That makes you see, that'll make a total of 14 does and a spike today. 14 does and a spike. We'll keep on hunting. Well, Gavin and I are trying to get home, but hey, might as well road hunt on out of here. Been seeing a few deer. Oh, there comes some more. So it's a doe and 2 yearlings. I'll flip the camera back around. Cute little buggers. There's 3 more deer, so that's a total of 17 does, counting yearlings as does, and the 1 spike. Oh, give you a little quick update. Gavin just spotted another doe and a yearling up on this cut bank. I don't know, 20 yards up there. So they kind of skedaddled before I can get the camera on them. Didn't want to stick around and get their photograph taken. But that's 19 does and 1 spike. So it's just a matter of time before we run into a forking horn or a 3-point or whatever. I'm not picky. I'm an optimistic. Opportunist. I'll pick whatever I can get. I'll get whatever I can pick. This is all going to be edited. Blooper reel. We're going to keep on getting out of here. We're slowly moving down the mountain. and it's been a good day. It's been a fun day. It's been a day for Gavin to learn, lots of experience for him that he's gained today. And I'm just trying to teach him, show him, kind of think about what could have been better and what we could have done a little different. And it's all good. It's all positive. So, all right. Well, let's keep on driving. I wonder if my lucky pot of deer was sitting underneath the bottom of that rainbow. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this day up. Gavin and I did a little combination of road hunting and sitting on some points and glassing and some small walks, and it was a productive day. Especially, don't get me wrong, the rain definitely helped. We struggled. We saw 5 does basically the first 5-6 hours, and then the storm came in, it hit, rained a good portion of the day, and all of a sudden, like a light bulb turned on. We saw 6 more deer coming out, all 2 does and 4 yearlings. Basically each doe had a pair, and so we saw 23 does and a spike today. It was a productive day. It was a fun day for Gavin, but no shooter bucks today, but that's okay. That's part of hunting. At least we saw deer, so that's a plus in my book. So hey, all right, good morning. Gavin and I are out doing a little push, a little drive right now, a little walk. We've jumped up one deer in this acorn brush, but it's hard to see. We are in the middle of nowhere right now, just surrounded by oak brush, burnt timber, some live timber. Just seeing what we can see. This is like, I don't know, day 3, day 4. Just me being a weekend warrior, so trying to give it heck. I'll keep you updated. All right, good morning, guys. It is good old saying, it's 4th quarter, last weekend of B zone. It's Friday, trying to get out here a little bit before the weekend warriors hit the last weekend. Doing a little push, me and Gavin. And Gavin's with a friend right now, going down a different ridge. But I just walked up on a location that I've never been. Walked up on a bunch of deer beds. Let me spin the camera around here and show you. Deer bed, base of that little itty bitty fir. At my feet. There's over here up on the hill. It's another one. I show you those because there's barely a leaf in them. So just driving up here in the dark, we saw 3 deer across the road. So it's super steep country, super rugged. We're hunting a little migration area that my buddy kind of brought me to, kind of knows a lot more about it than I do. So keep my eyes peeled. Here we go, 4th quarter push. Thanks for joining me. All right, just a little update. I'm slowly working my way down a ridge, down into another road. But let me show you what I'm working with. So this is a nice little opening right here. Gives me a little 40-50 yard break. Got a ridge across the way over here. Sun's starting to come up. It's going to be in my eyes shortly. But a lot of ceanothus brush through here. A lot of oaks that are just dropping acorns like crazy. So I have, I think, maybe jumped up some deer. They were in those beds actually shortly afterwards. Down below me, 40-60 yards. It's hard to tell. Or the wind gust blew and a bunch of acorns fell out of the trees because the acorns are dropping like crazy. And it's so steep, it's rolling down the hill. But regardless, I'm keeping my eyes peeled, binoculating when I can. And hopefully I can catch one in this thick stuff and just have enough of a glimpse to identify it and get a shot at it. So we'll see. Hey guys, just give me a quick little update. It's got to a spot where it's pretty open, where I can look across the canyon. It's about 300 yards, and then down here, see the burn pretty well. That's what I'm working my way into, is a burn. But I just wanted to walk down this grassy little knob, get in the open a little bit. Let me show you what I spin the camera around, show you what I walked up on. A little deer trail. It goes to a little deer bed. It might be hard to see. You can see the fresh tracks where it stood up, and then either he or she peed in her bed. So that's some fresh urine. Might be hard to see on the camera, but we're in them. I heard a shot earlier, 5-6 minutes ago, just down the canyon where I'm walking down into. It was a ways down there, but it was definitely, there's a road down there about 3/4 of a mile that I'm heading to, so I think the shot was off that road going away from me. So there's enough deer in here for everyone. So there are quite a few other hunters in here, but it's so thick in here, it's good to have the hunter and have the pressure, get those deer up and moving. So here we go. Where I was showing you guys a second ago, somebody's working their way down that ridge. Just had a gunshot go down the canyon, down the direction we're all heading. That's the second gunshot. All right, I'm gonna get off this camera. We're getting into them. Okay guys, that happens quick as always. Gun in hand. The little clearing right over here, as I was glassing that hillside, I caught a deer. I just range find it. It was 101 yards, and it looked like with the naked eye it had antlers, but it just went through that tiny little 7-8 foot window, and I didn't have really a second chance to look at it. But if you kind of look where my barrel is on this little ridge over here, I just sat down where I'm sitting right here. I just sat down on this piece of dirt, put my gun to my shoulder, and just watched that hillside real close. And sure enough, a gray deer came out on the other side. Threw up my gun, my scope. Saw that he was a nice buck out to the tips of his ears. Did my best to put it on my on the shoulder and just squeeze off. So I heard a pretty good whack, I arranged to find it afterwards. I've sat here for 5 minutes. I don't see or hear anything, so I'm hoping he's down. I saw a glimpse of him going straight down the hill, and I think he's hit pretty hard, if not fatal. And felt good. I'm shaking now, so if this camera is a little shaky or my voice is a little choppy, it's just because I'm a little excited. Whew. As far as I know, he's by himself. So yeah, I'm gonna go get the blood trail and go look for him. And gosh, that's good. Felt good. The shot felt good, sounded good. But you know, you don't see them dropping their tracks. You just that kind of worried feeling always sets in too. But I think I have too much to worry about. It's 146 yards, 6.5 Creedmoor, 130 grain bullet. You know, I'm gonna let it work, let it eat. So okay, hopefully roll some footage of me walking up on him. Yes. All right, guys. He was standing right in this area, and then he bolted down after the shot broke. Like I said, I heard a pretty good whack, but I'm just trying to pick him up and find him before, you know, in case he's wounded, to finish him off. I think he would have ran down into this big nasty draw. This is the third deer I've shot with the 6.5, and the first two deer, after making nice shots into their lungs, they run about, I think one ran 35 and the other one ran about 45 yards. So it wouldn't surprise me downhill if he's bolting down, coming down the hill, that he's not down in the bottom, which is about probably 50-60 yards because of just gravity and momentum. I'm going to take it real slow and try to find him with the binos. Hopefully just upside down, piled up. So that's your quick 1 second update. Okay, guys, I'm giving you an update. It's been a little over 2 hours. Coming down this draw, the pine trees way up there is about 100 yards. The deer was standing probably 25 yards up the hill further in those, past those pines. I found where he was standing, no blood. Saw where he sprinted down, just like from when the shot cracked off, straight down the hill. Maybe 15 yards worth of tore up tracks, and again, no blood. I thought, no big deal, these 6.5s kind of zip on through. At least my experience has been that. And they might not start bleeding until, you know, 20, 30, 40 yards down the hill. But then I lost tracks, and it's tore up down here in the bottom of the ravine where I'm at. But there's deer all over on this mountain right now, I guess. And still, hands and knees going back and forth across the draw, coming down the hill, looking behind every single little clump of bush, all the way around it, inside of it. And still, it's frustrating. Nothing. Not even a drop of blood. And I've looked hard. I spent 2 hours up there. I finally got down to the draw going, well, if he was going to pile up, he'd pile up right here at the bottom. And I'm gonna keep looking. Obviously, I'm up here. I still got a ways to go. But I don't know if you can see, you know, those tracks going up the hill. There's fresh tracks everywhere. But none of them are tied to blood. None of them. Which is a good thing, but also a bad thing. I want a good blood trail, though. So I'm looking underneath every single, you know, just every single little hole. These blacktail are small. When they roll up, they can get into a tight little ball. So I'm just looking for them piled even in the middle of a bush, logs like I'm standing on, anywhere. So it's taken me forever to come down past those pines up there and zigzag back and forth and look at every single bush, look at every single rock, just look and do as much as I can. This isn't my first blood tracking job, and nothing, guys, nothing. It makes me think, you know, I heard a whack. Can you hit the bank and make a whack? I guess. It was a 146-yard shot. I stood right where he was standing. I ranged fine back to where I approximately was sitting down on my butt. And it said 145, so I'm like, yeah, this is it. These are his tracks. Just no blood, no hair. All right, I'm gonna keep looking. Okay, guys, I finally made it down, working my way through the bottom of this draw behind me. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's thick, nasty. There it is right here, coming down all this garbage. Back and forth through trails, and still no sign. I just been replaying the shot in my head, hoping to find blood, hoping to find him piled up, looking, zigzagging, looking underneath every single bush, rock, stump, log, crevice, anything. And there's some deer sign down in the bottom of this draw. It's tore up where they all come crashing down, but not my deer sign. Definitely I did not find not one speck of blood, especially way up there in the first 100 yards. Not one speck of blood. Just replaying the shot over and over in my head, and it felt good. I heard a whack, I guess, which could have been the hillside. And I don't know. I saw him run. After I cracked off the shot, he ran straight down the ridge, acting like he was hit. I don't know. It felt good. I guess I missed. I mean, it happens to all of us, but just replaying it in my head, it doesn't feel like I should have missed. It felt like he should have piled up somewhere down there. I should have found him, and I zigzagged, 50 yards on this side of the ridge, 50 yards on that side, and I went down every 3 to 6, 7 feet, searching, looking hard for blood, or him piled up, and nada. So now I'm about 300 yards down. I went through this whole steep bottom, getting all scratched up and hoping to come around a corner, and there he is, but no luck, no luck. So I'm going to do the walk of shame and kind of hunt my way back to the truck, but I guess I'm just going to, with no blood and no sign of him, I don't know what happened. He vanished like blacktails do, but I don't know. I'm just disgusted still. I'm a little upset with myself. I'm mad at myself. I gotta go rally the troops. That's it for now. So that's about 400 yards away. My son and hunting with one of my other friends coming this direction. My son's gonna be so disappointed as dad. Oh well. It's just educated part of hunting. We all miss. You hunt long enough in the woods. Just education at this point. Educational moment. Just gotta make the best out of it. There's still season left. Let's go find my son a buck. Okay, got a group of us. Time to rally the troops and go look for that deer again. Let's go find a dead buck. Okay guys, we got the troops here. We have circled back. Picked up my brass from where I shot earlier today. And a couple of my buddies have gone over to the other side. And I've pinpointed right where he was standing in the direction I last saw him. So there's me and 5 other guys now looking for him. And with all our hunting experience and knowledge, from what I'm telling them, we think there's a dead deer somewhere around here. We just got to find him. So in the middle of the screen, they're looking for blood. They're looking for anything. Heads down, going through all that brush.
Hopefully he turns up. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay, we continue to look. We're all pushing down on different sides of the draw. Another guy's right in the middle of the draw. And my son saw 2 glimpses of deer, but coming up behind me on the trail, there was definitely some fresh little itty bitty yearling poop. I thought it was little, and then much bigger poop. So more than likely it was a doe and yearling. But that's a big bed right there. Big old giant bed on this flat bench. We're gonna keep on looking. Yeah, I'm right in the bottom, right in the heart of it. We're giving it our best try. Our best try. Thanks. No luck. We're back on the bottom trail. No luck. 6 of us. We gave it heck. We gave it hell. Looked high and low. None of us could find a drop of blood. And it's so torn up down at the bottom, we don't know. We just don't know. I guess with no blood, I know the copper bullets, they kind of zip on through them pretty quick, but I've been pretty successful with them. I think they're a pretty good bullet. But I don't know. I can't blame it on the bullet. It's just bad placement, or I shot over him. Maybe I hit the bank behind him and it made a big whack sound. Regardless, we spent a good 3/4 of a day, it felt like, in here. Going back in, going back up, going back in. 6 people, 6 eyes to the ground. 6 noses looking. That's all right. I feel much better that I gave it a good, honest effort, though. Onward to the next spot.
They could have got separated. I mean,
Alright guys, I'm going to be wrapping this video up. It's Sunday. It is the last day of deer season. It's about midday. My son and I hit it pretty hard yesterday in the rain, and saw a lot of deer, saw a couple bucks, but just no opportunities, no shot opportunities. Those big old savvy bucks, they know how to get away and put trees, branches, brush in between you and them. So we had fun. We had a lot of fun. Saw a lot of deer this year. A lot of bucks towards the end of this season for myself. One at opening day and then all the way till the last weekend. But that's the way hunting is sometimes. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know just a lot of does, and yearlings, and beautiful scenery, but that's sometimes the way it is out here in the woods. So hope you had a successful season. Hope your year was great. And until next year, let's do it again. Thanks for watching.